Howdy guys, I'm bersipy and welcome to another learning experience of the Django. Another Django journey, I guess. And today we have the part 3 of Django tutorial. Last time we left with, I think, migrations, models and admin console, admin website, or I don't know how it's called. So today we're going to continue. I think that this will be focused on views, I guess, template and so on. So let's dive in. Well, okay. The overview. A view is a type of web page in your Django application that generally serves a specific function and has a specific template. For example, in a blog application, you might have the following views. Blog, entry, year-based archive, month-based archive, and so on. In your pool application, which, by the way, is our actual example, we have the following 4 views: the question index, the question detail, the question result, and the vote action. So in Django, web pages and other content are delivered by views. Each view is represented by a Python function, okay, or a method, in case of a class-based view, which is what I prefer, but we'll see. Since we are still stuck in the basic tutorials, Django will choose a view by examining a URL that's requested. Today, by the way, guys, I'm kind of destroyed, so I'm drinking Diet Coke because, for caffeine, I guess. So it is what it is. Okay. Now, in your time on the web, you may have crossed across such beauties as MA2 sites, and a lot of query parameters. You will be pleased to know that Django allows as much more elegant your pattern than that. Okay, a your pattern is the general form of a URL. For example, we have the kind of not the domain. I don't know how it's called, the path, and other parameters. To get from a URL to a view, Django use what are known as URL confs. Okay, to get from a URL to a view. A URL conf map URL patterns to views. This tutorial provides basic introduction in the use of URL confs, which, by the way, we saw in, I don't know, many episodes before, and you can refer to URL dispatcher for more information. Okay, writing more views. Now let's add a few more views. Okay, I think that we can just copy and paste them in the Pulse app. We have the views file here, and we can just add a new views. Interesting. Separated by 2 blank spaces, like classes. Maybe it's a convention. Okay, they take argument actually. Wire this view into pulse.urls module by adding the following path. Okay, so we actually needed to wire our views. Okay, I think here. Okay, so what we have actually the URL, which has the syntax that will allow us to specify the parameter type, the path variable type, I think. And we have the method, which is detail results and vote. So detail results and vote, and the actual human readable name, I guess. I think that this is the human readable name. We don't know much about it, but let's go. So take a look in your browser. Okay, let's try to. By the way, was like serve. Oh, okay, Python manage run server. Let's run the server. All right. Okay, here we are. Okay, now we should look at, let me check, I don't remember. For example, pulse slash 34. Let's try. You're looking at question 34, which should be the view, right? You are looking at question, yes, and the question ID, which we passed by as a path variable, I think. Okay. Ah, yes, we can provide whatever we want, obviously. So we can provide probably just one. All right. Okay, we have a basic backend, basically. Obviously, we can also try other, for example, vote. We can provide the vote, for example, which I think should do. This should be. Okay, no, was not what I expected. I expected the question one, but I don't remember actually the ID, so who cares? And okay, when somebody requests a page from your website, Django will load the mysite.urls Python module because it's pointed to by the root url-conf settings, which we can, I think, verify. Yes, it is this one. So mysite.urls, and which point to this one. And this one we included all the URLs of the Pulse app. Okay. It finds the variable named URL pattern and traverses the pattern in order. After finding the match at pulse, it strips off the matching text pulse and sends the remaining text 34 to the pulse.urs. Okay, so it's actually just sending what we specified in our is actually removing the pulse from the prefix of our string and just sending these parameters to the correct URL. Okay, so we are actually linking the endpoint to a view. Maybe I'm wrong, but our URL to a view. Okay. There is matches resulting in a call to the detail. Okay. So we're simply calling the respective function. For example, here we are calling a detail. So I don't know if I can click to. Okay, it will just open the detail function. So I can just actually control click on them. Okay, the question ID equal 34 part comes from this specification here. This how can I call it? Annotation maybe. Using angle brackets captures part of the URL and sends it as a keyword argument to the view function. The question ID part of the string defines the name that will be used to identify the matched pattern. But let me check. Okay, so question ID. Question ID is the name of the parameter, in this case, of the argument from the for the outside point of view. Okay, but this is just an overview. Let's continue. Yoink. Oh shit, today I'm too tired, guys. We'll do what we can. Write views that actually do something. Okay, each view is responsible for doing one of two things: returning an HTTP response object containing the content of the requested page, or raising an exception such as HTTP 404. The rest is up to you. Your view can read records from a database or not. You can use a template system such as Django or a third-party Python template system or not. It can generate a PDF file, XML, zip, on the fly, anything you want, using whatever Python libraries you want. Okay, cool, extra cool, with double musta sauce sprinkle. All Django, I hate Bilbo Baggins, all my friends hate Bilbo Baggins. All Django wants is that HTTP response. Okay, so we need to return an HTTP response or an exception. Okay, so this is a freaking important rule. By the way, let's add it to, I don't know, maybe notes. Notes of this lecture. Lecture 3. So this phrase is ultra important. All Django wants is a response. Okay, because it's convenient, let's use Django own database API, which we covered in tutorial 2. Here's one tab at a new index view, which display the latest 5 pull questions in the system, separated by commas, including according to publication date. Weird. But, okay, no, we already have it. I don't remember. No, okay. For now, we will just copy and paste everything, guys, just to learn the basics. Wait, I made the wrong. No, it's correct, but we are missing question. From models. Right. So here, what is it's doing is taking the question table, the objects in the question table ordered by publication date. I think that the minus stands for I don't know how can I say desk order. I don't know how can I say. And it's take just the first 5 elements, and the output will be the string concatenation between each of them of their text version. By the way, we have also the str, so maybe this is not. Yes, we have the str, so probably you could just return it, but who cares? It's equal. And then we return an HTTP response with the output, okay, with the string concatenation. Okay. Okay, there's a problem here though. The page design is hard-coded in the view. If you want to change the way the page looks, you have to edit this Python code. So let's use Django template system to separate the design from Python by creating a template that's the view can use. Okay, so we need to create a template. Okay, first, let's create a directory called templates in our post Django. Django will look for templates in there. Okay. Okay. Templates. Your project templates setting describe how Django will load and render templates. The default settings file configures a Django templates backend whose app dirs option is set to true. By convention, Django templates look for templates subdirectory in each of the installed apps. Okay, so in each apps, basically, this Django templates automagic stuff is looking for a templates subdirectory. So basically, is looking by default for this subdirectory. Within the templates directory you have just created, create another directory called pools, and within that create a file called index.html. Weird, bro, fucking weird. So we need to create it inside here. Maybe I'm getting it wrong, right? Okay, it's correct actually. Pools. Weird. Okay, let's create the index. Yes, it's a directory, sorry. Pools. I hate the fucking. Okay. Let's create the index HTML. All right. And in other words, your template should be should be here and is the right place actually now. Because how the app directories template loader works, as described above, you can refer to this template within Django as so just pools dot okay, this is why we needed to add a pools folder inside our app, even though the apps itself is called pools, because this will be the templates will be the root for all the templates of this app. If I don't know if it makes sense. Okay, the template namespacing, this is quite important. Now we might be able to get away with putting our templates directly in pools slash templates rather than creating another pools subdirectory. But it would, yes, it would actually be a bad idea. Django will choose the first template it finds whose name matches. And if you had a template with the same name in a different application, okay, Django will be unable to distinguish between them. Okay. We needed to be able to point Django at the right one. And the best way to ensure this is by namespacing them. That is, by putting those templates inside another directory named for the application itself. Okay. Everything is clear. So we need to, if we don't put the pools, the namespace will be actually just a template, I think. I don't know why the is not the app folder is not taken into consideration. But let me read again. Okay. Django will choose the first template it finds whose name matches. Weird. And if you add a template with the same name in a different application. Okay, this is correct actually. So Django uses the templates as a root. Each template in each app as a root. I'm not sure about that. Let's verify it by our chat GPT bro. Hashtag extra stonks. Does Django use every templates folder inside each app of a project as the templates root? So if I call okay, I don't know how to write, but who cares? In Django, by default, it looks for templates in each app's templates directory. But how it's resolved, which template to use depends on your template setting. Okay, right. I want the default. I forgot to specify. Templates directory per app. Django will search for templates in templates folder. It does this based on the app folder structure. So if you have an app called app1, it would look for templates in app1. Okay, and this is clear, right? We have our default place, which is templates folder inside each app. Okay, by default, it will search through the directories in the order they are listed in the DIRs. Okay. If you have apps, if two apps have templates with the same name, Django will resolve which template to use based on the search order, meaning the first one it finds in the search path will be used. This is why it's generally a good idea to namespace your templates. Okay. So this is actually an issue, right? No, this is the solution. This is good. And if we just put the Can you make an example with confusion in templates resolution? Just to be extremely clear. Okay, but this is correct, right? We have namespace our template. Wait, what? So we have our project, right? And we have two apps. We have the project settings. Each app has its own templates, and for now starts the confusion, right? But the blog and shop are the namespace. Maybe I'm tripping over nothing, by the way. Because from my point of view, here we have namespaced the file. Maybe is ChatGPT wrong? Which could actually be? Yes, because the correct. Maybe I'm tripping, but I think that the correct structure is the same. Is the same as the wrong structure. So I think that ChatGPT is actually tripping. Blog templates, blog home. Blog templates, blog home. Yes, it's actually tripping. Lol. So we don't have an example, but I think that I get it now. So we can't place stuff directly in the templates folder, because if two templates will have the same name, they will be confused, because it's not the app directory that make the difference. If I'm getting it right. But who cares? Let's continue. Let's continue, brother. Yes, this is just an overview, right? Just to open our mind to this new stack. So it's cool to have some doubts that we will resolve maybe in by connecting some points in the future. All right. So we needed to populate our index.html, and this is kind of the Jinja template style. I'm not sure. Let me see. If you are not familiar with it, we will check it. Jinja template. Example. Yes, is this one. Yes, it's kind of the Jinja template. I'm not sure, but who cares? Dutch didn't have a plan for this, I think. If you haven't played Red Dead Redemption 2, bro, go now. By running. Alright. To make the tutorial shorter, all templates example using complete HTML. In your own project, you should use complete HTML. Okay. Oh, fuck. I hate this shit. I'm a backend guy for one reason. Okay. So we should actually put this in the body, if I am correct. If you are a front-end guy, don't kill me, please. Wait, format. I don't have a format document. Okay. Should be good. Let's continue. Now let's update our index view in pulse view. Okay. To use the template. So we need the loader. The loader. What is the loader? Is a module. is a module. Weird. Loader.get template. Okay, so we actually need to get the template and do update. Okay, and to render the template with our context and our request. All right, because request contains the data that we want to show. Makes sense, makes totally sense. So let's reason a bit. So we are taking our most recent, I think that something has crashed actually. No, nothing has crashed. So a strange warning appeared. But yes, it's actually all cool. Who cares? And all right, let's continue. Just a little bit of streaming warning, I think. Okay. Right. Okay, let's continue reasoning. We are getting the first 5 objects from the question table, ordered by pub date, and we are taking just the first 5, right? So we are loading the template, and we are setting up a context object which contains a key, which is latest question list, which has its first 5 latest 5 question. And we are passing this context. We are rendering actually the template. We are returning the rendered template with context and request, right? So yes. Let me check, guys. Okay, I had a streaming issue, but who cares? We can actually continue with the stream, I think. Let's me try with some sysadmin stuff. Ooh. Okay, no internet, no connection, which is actually quite disappointing. But who cares? We have the tutorial loaded. Okay. Okay, you're right. All right, okay. So we are returning the rendered template with context and the request. So the data, basically, if I am getting it right. Oh no, okay, the context and the request. But why we are actually passing the request? The code loads the template called pulse.index.html and passes it a context. The context is a dictionary mapping template variable names to Python object. Okay, so we are actually using the context to populate the template. Load the page by pointing your browser at pulse. Okay, I think that we are online again, by the way, for the streaming guys. Yes, we had a little bit of unstable connection. Who cares? And welcome again. Now, okay, we need to open the page at pulse, and we should see a bulleted list containing a WhatsApp question. Weird. Let's see, brother. Maybe this. Nope. Wait, but is the server running actually? Model not file named models. Models is not what? Maybe we need to use the relative from pools. All right, maybe this should do. Okay, yes, it fixed the server. Are you Musta source compliant? Yes, this is the question that we added last time actually. Cool, extra cool with double source. All right. Let me. Okay. Yes, we are actually. Seems that we are fine even from the streaming side, and okay, the link points to the question detail page. Let's click on the link. Let's open it in a. Okay, which is the detail of the link. All right. And wait, I have let's make a recap because I don't remember anything. Usually software engineer. But by the way, this is working, I think, right? Not sure. This is my page. What was the index all about? Because I don't have the my test page. No, okay, it's working fine. This is my page. Yes. Right. So we made it good enough. Okay, let's make a recap. So we have our index view. Views are linked in the associated in the urls.py, and here we are specifying the view that will be called, so the function actually that will be called. For example, the index is in the root, and the root for us is the pulse, right? Yes, we can just add the example just to be totally clear. For yes, I can close this terminal. For effect, we can yes, it is this. Yes, we need the slash at the end, and the name is index, but I don't think that this is important. Not sure, but let's stick with the normal status, normal conventions. And as soon we select our question right here, which by the way we have just the first one question, so we can verify the questions in the admin page, right? But I don't remember how can I return to the admin. Maybe just yes, maybe just admin. So we can actually add a new question. For example, do you like Django? With today's date and now. And we should see, okay, we have two questions here. So we can actually say, bro, give me the list of the questions. And we have them. And if we click in the question, we get the ID in return. All right. Makes sense. The index is loaded when we reach our root, apps root, right? So the slash pulse slash urls, and then the methods. I think that the view, the index is called to populate the index template, but the URLs, I'm confused about this. Okay, so we are taking advantage of our URLs structure. Okay, the question text complete, the question ID complete when we click on the URLs. Yes, we can just switch it manually. Okay, probably even the tree, right? Yes, because it's not actually making any check. Okay, because they don't exist, right? Okay. Okay, it's very common idiom to load a template, fill a context, and return an HTTP response object with the results of the rendered template. Django provides a shortcut. Here's the full index view rewritten. A shortcut. Okay, because it's very common, right? So we can just call the render here. So should become wait. Let me see. Okay, it should become just instead of the HTTP response, we will return the render function directly. Render function, weird. No HTTP response here. So maybe it contains, is a short, okay. We have Django shortcuts, cool. From Django.shortcuts, import render. Let me see what render actually does. Return an HTTP response whose content is filled with the result of calling Django template loader render.string with the passed argument. So here we need to remove the template, right? So yes, we can actually comment them just to have the example, the complete example. And should work the same, right? Yes. I'm alt-tabbing always wrong. Okay. Note that once we have done this in all these views, we no longer need to import the loader and HTTP response. You want to keep HTTP response if you still have the stub methods for detailed results and both. Okay. The render function takes the request object as its first argument, a template name as its second argument, and a dictionary as its optional third argument. It returns an HTTP response object of the given template rendered with the given context. Okay, I'm confused now. Why we are passing the request? But we will see. Or maybe we can ask ChatGPT now. So in Django, why is the request needed for rendering, aka generating the template? In Django, the request object is passed to the renderer function because it contains context about HTTP request. Okay, so we are actually just taking the context out of it. The HTTP call request context. So we need the session data, the user information, URL information, and the middleware processing. So we are just passing the context, basically. Nothing else, nothing more. The request is also necessary because Django uses the render function to generate HTTP response. Okay. We need a Radesky moment. We need a Radesky moment, guys. What would the Radesky do here? Because wait, this part is fucking crazy, dude. Context handling. The context passed to the renderer. Okay. I'm so tired today, by the way, guys. I'm so fucking tired. By the way, we know everything we need. It's just to taking out the context. We are just passing the constant to the next middleware and other blocks of Django. Probably there is also a Django lifetime somewhere that we need to study. We will need to study. That will be more fun than all this shit. I hate the front-end shit. And all this page, I think, is about front-end. So, front-end template, but who cares? Okay. So, the render function is OP. Is a good shortcut, and it generates a HTTP response. Raising a 404 error. Now, probably it's just... Okay, let's... yes, it's just a rise. Okay, so we can just try to get the ID. Oh, okay, this is quite cool, by the way. Let me see, this is a cool part. So we can just say... try pass accept. Okay, so let me see. I hate this alt tab. Today I'm wronging with the alt tab. Okay, let's okay, we need to get a question object by ID. So let's try to write by our own. So we need a question, right? We need the question table, the object in the question table. We need to make a select by primary key equal 1. Equal 1. What I'm doing? Equal question ID. Okay, we are accepting. We are catching a specific exception. Does not exist exception. So this is cool. Okay. So question actually has a state. Question class is a static object, static class, sorry, with a state. So we can interrogate the state here. We can query the state. Does not exist. Yes. We can raise a HTTP 404, which is quite stonks. But we don't have the 404. Because it will probably come from here. Yes. With the error, right? Question does not exist. And then we render as usual. Ah, yes, here we're not rendering. We return the render. So, okay, we need the request for the context. We need the template name, which in this case we will need to I don't know. Ah, yes, sorry, like above. So pools, and we need the template, which should be. We don't have another detail.html. Yes. Ah, okay, we are about to create it. So we can just say detail.html, and then we need the context, which is our question, right? Which is our question. Ah, yes, but we need it as a dictionary. Obviously, question doesn't exist because we don't have a template, right? So we are actually about to create the template. Question.html, and we just need to put the question here. Okay, I've skipped a bit, but I think it's correct. Okay, get object or oh yes, let's try the detail. So we actually need something like this. This is what happened when you happens when you skip something. Yes, in templates, right? I put it in the yes, pools and templates. Okay, we can actually let's close a bit everything. Notes, okay, notes are correct. Let's compact everything. I like to have everything ordered. Okay, question. Question is in a template format, right? Yes. Let's just copy and paste. Maybe I made the goddamn wheel. I broke the goddamn wheel. Let's see. Ah, yes, the URL RS. Detail. Ah, we need to pass the ID. So something like okay. And we have an error, right? So we made a mistake. We made a mistakes. Ah, no, we don't. We need. Is working actually, right? We get the exception. The traceback is fucking weird. What happened? Internal server error. 500 server error. Template does not exist. Did I make something wrong? Seems equal. Let's try with an existing, but should exist the first. Let's try with a non-existing. For example, 5. Okay, and this is good. But if I say 1, where is the request method? Exception type template does not exist, but it's not what we have raised. Let's continue with the tutorial because maybe everything is right, but let's continue. Okay, a shortcut: get object or or 404. Okay, this is cool. It's a very common idiom to use get and raise HTTP 404 if the object doesn't exist. So Django provides a shortcut even for this situation here. So here the detail view rewritten. Okay. Okay. Question. Get object or 404. This is fucking cool, guys. This is fucking cool. Get list or 404. Get object or 404 in our case, right? I don't remember. I hate this alt tab. Fuck. Yes. So we can actually simplify this shitty here. Okay, so we have the get object or 404. And we need class with class. Maybe is a typing error. I don't know. Okay, we need the class. So question. And then we need the exception. No, because the exception is implicit. And we need the primary key, which is the question ID. And should do. By the way, maybe now should work. I don't know. But I think that is working actually because. But I'm not understanding this part here. Maybe we are losing the inner exception. We are not raising because we don't have the. I'm not seeing the question does not exist part, right? Templates does not exist. Templates. Okay, we need to read, guys. We need to read. Maybe let me see from the tutorial. question does not exist. But I think that you already saw it, but so sorry for that. So this now should do. This now should do. Hmm. But I think that how can we reach this? Maybe with I'm not sure. How can we reach the right endpoint? Because I think that we are not hitting the right endpoint here. Okay, is for example is this one, right? Oh, okay, I can just say this. But we are not hitting, right? The detail. Let's print something weird. I don't know if the will work, but okay, it's working actually. We are actually hitting the right view. So we are just not getting what I expect. Yes, no, okay, we are because we removed the custom exception type of custom message exception, right? So it's actually working fine. Okay, this is a live learning experience. Just it's cool to reason a bit. Okay, so the getObject or 404 function takes a Django model as its first argument and an arbitrary number of keywords arguments, which passes to the get function of the models manager. It raises an HTTP 404 if the object doesn't exist. The philosophy. Why do we use a helper function instead of automatically catching the object does not exist exception at a higher level, or having the model API raise HTTP 404 instead of object does not exist? Because that would couple the model layer to the view layer. Yes. Because raising a direct exception, I think this is the concept, raising a direct exception in the view layer and catching it in the model layer will actually create a coupling, I think. Not sure, but I think this is the one of the foremost design goals of Django is to maintain loose coupling. Some controlled coupling is introduced in Django shortcuts module. Let me ask GPT to clarify this part here. I didn't pose the question. The key reason. Okay, separation of concerns. In software development, separation is a principle of encouraging keeping different parts of the system independent from each other. Django model layer is responsible for interacting with the database, while the view layer is responsible for handling HTTP requests and responses. Which, by the way, is the first time that actually we are learning this part here. I think that the Django tutorial didn't actually told us anything. Okay, why this separation is important? The model layer is just for the data persistent logic, right? If a model were responsible for deciding what to do in case of an error, such as raising HTTP 404, it will become tightly coupled with the view layer, which is supposed to handle HTTP related concern, like responding an 404. Okay. Okay. This get object decouple. I am not understanding why it is actually decoupling something, right? Because okay, the model layer is just used to. Maybe he is just like a orchestrator between the model layer, because he's actually needing the. He's actually requesting for the object, the model, and the HTTP part, which is the 404. I think this is the decoupling part. But it's just a shortcut for what we were doing before. So yes, I think that even before, when we made the try except, we were separating stuff in a correct fashion. Okay, Radesky. By the way, I was reading in Italian, sorry. I need to change that. Change this. All right. There's also a get list or 404 function which works as get object, except using filter instead of get. Okay. So we are just asking for a list of objects in this case. Okay, use the template system. Back to the detail. Okay, we are almost an hour in, so we will close the chapter today. Okay, use the template system. Back to the detail view of our poll application. Given the context variable question, here's what poll detail template might look like. Okay. So we're creating like a list for each question. Let's try it. The template system use .lookup syntax to access variable attributes. In the example of question.question text in the template, first Django does a dictionary lookup in the object question. Failing that, it tries to an attribute lookup, which works in this case. If attribute lookup had failed, it would tried a list index lookup. It would have tried at least index lookup. Okay. Method calling happens in the in between percentage modulus for loop. Question.choice.choiceset.all is interpreted as the Python code question.choiceset.all function, which returns an iterable of choice objects and is suitable for use in the template for template. I don't know how can I speak this where the syntax here. Okay, we can see the template guide, but we will go forward. By the way, we can actually test it, right? For example, one exists. Okay. Just the style actually changed. Oh, by the way, this is not working at all, right? We forget about the HTML structure. This is the detail page, by the way. Right. And removing hard-coded URLs in templates. Remember, when we wrote the link to a question in the pull index template, we linked the link was partially hard-coded like this. Yes, as we reasoned before. So we're actually creating our URL on the fly, which I like it, by the way. The problem with this hard-coded, tightly coupled approach is that it becomes challenging to change URLs on the project with a lot of templates. However, since you defined the name argument in the path functions in the pulse.urls module, you can remove a reliance on specific URL paths defined in your URL configuration by using the URL template tag. This way, the way this works is by looking up the URL definition specified in pulse.urls module. You can see exactly where the URL name of detail is defined below. The name value is called by the URL template tag. Alright, this is why we need the name, so we can actually replace in the index the manual creation here with a more Djangonic version. And should work the same. Should works the same. Yes, it's working the same. Alright, so the detail is the key used to retrieve the actual view. If I'm getting it right. Oh shit. Okay. Okay, the name value, so as called by the template tag. If you want to change the URL of the pulse detail view to something else, perhaps to something like pulse specific 12, instead of doing it in the template or templates, you would change. Okay, we'll just change the pulse URLs. Okay, let's try it, right? Alright, so we just change it here in this centralized file, and hopefully we can just add here the specifics and go. Alright, and it's working fine, right? Yes. And if I remove specific, it should. Okay. So this is why we need to use the not manual construction, URL construction. So this is the URL template tag, right? So we are actually specifying, bro, use the URL, get the path with the name detail, and pass this attribute, and use this attribute. Sorry. So we are actually saying detail and as the name of our URL, and we are passing maybe the question ID. Yes, we are getting the ID. So we are building actually the URL here, I think. Yes. Okay, everything makes sense. Hopes even for you guys. For me, is actually making more sense. We're actually going towards the night path, the JD path. Okay. Okay, so this is why we need the URL tag. So we can just change everything in the centralized file. You can change the paths in a central point, right? In the URL conf file, this one. Okay, name spacing your names. The tutorial project has just one app pulse. In real Django project, there might be 5, 10, 20 apps or more. How does Django differentiate the URL names between them? For example, the Pulse app has a detail view, and so might an app on the same project that is for a blog. How does one make it so that Django knows which app view to create for a URL when using the URL template tag? The answer is to add namespace to your URL conf. So in the Pulse URLs file, go ahead and add an app name to set the application namespace. Oh, okay, cool. So here, right? Yes, in the URLs. So app name we set to pulse. Now change your pulse index template from this weird part here to. Okay, now we are specifying. We are just adding the namespace divided by two. How can I say? 2 points. Don't remember, guys. All right. So let's specify the namespace. So is pulse. Okay, this should do. When you are comfortable with writing views, read part 4. Okay, when you are comfortable. Okay, but I think that we've get everything we can. So, all right, guys, I think that we can close it here. Today was a deep deep dive in view system, basically templating system. And okay, obviously this is just to break the ice, right? So to break the ice, nothing, not to become expert in few episodes. So for now, I think that we have accomplished quite a lot, and next time we will go forward with the part 4, right? So guys, we'll see next time, and go see something better than my streams, I guess. So see ya, brother.